That's YouTube. Oh, really? Is this working? Ah, it is. Wow. It's the first time it's ever worked on YouTube. First time it's ever worked. All right. Well, that's good. It took me a while to get this one going. But yeah, hey. So today just opening a bunch of toys because I got a bunch to open. Mostly, I think I want to. I hear myself in the background, so let me try to stop that. I we're gonna do big boxes today, so double packs, vehicle packs, big toys. That's the plan today. We're still trying to get the shelves cleared and filled at the same time, so this should be fun. Hopefully, we'll see. Right now, we're on YouTube and Face of the Book, Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, everything seems to be working real smoothly here. All right, well, um, go ahead and jump into a few. So I guess this is one of the older ones that I purchased a while ago. So here we have it's Marvel Legends. It's labeled as an Avengers thing. I don't know if AIM was in the anything with Avengers too much. It's not a movie thing; it's a comic thing. So we've got a double pack of AIM soldiers. We've got, of course, actually, you know what? Will be better than seeing right now. Haha! There we go. Here we go. Actually, let me get another light. Sorry, I guess I should have set this. All right, that's a little more light, a little easier to see. So yeah, we've got AIM soldiers here. This is an older pack. I bought two of these, I think, because they were on sale on Amazon. I think for like $17 or something. So two toys for the price of less than one at the time, and even now, it's like 30% off of one right now. So let's go ahead, pop this one open. The reason I bought these the first time, well, it's because at the time I had no villains, I had no bad guys, I had nothing to pose my photos up with. So it's just a bunch of do-gooders, which isn't fun. What's a superhero with no villains, right? So I had to pick up some villains, and it was a good deal. AIM isn't like my favorite. If I'm gonna pick a set of bad guys, I'm guessing it would be like, besides like specific characters, right? Um, the hand are a good one, or the foot, however you want to look at those. And Hydra is good. The whole Nazi aesthetic thing. That's always like they just look cool. They look like bad guys. AIM, not as much. AIM is a little, the yellow doesn't make it seem too cool. There we go. So let's see. Got these guys out here. The back has kind of like a little background, I guess you could use some as a diorama piece or something. Let's see if we can move this light. Maybe we can bring it down a bit. Here we go. That way we get light and we don't get too much shine. So we get a lot of accessories with these. We've got these sci-fi inspired guns. Um, Not a big fan of these. I like real guns, right? But they've got aim on them. It says aim. Excuse my chunky fingers here, but yeah, it says aim. Got aim painted on here. It's nice deco, as they call it. It's a little warped. You see, it's not completely straight, but it'll still look fine in pictures. We got another bigger gun here. Again, aim painted on here. This actually has a little more paint than I was anticipating, so yeah, that's good. We've got our guns, another little pistol type gun, knife here. Kind of flimsy, but it's a knife, right? Flimsy little knife. We've got a shotgun, which looks cool. This is more paintable, right? So even if it's got, that's what I might do. I might actually kind of paint these to look more realistic because they are nice guns. They're just yellow, you know. And we've got a nice pistol here. Pistol actually doesn't look bad. It fits the aim aesthetic or whatever. We've got jetpack goes on the back of one of these guys, so we'll use that. It looks like we've got, oh nice, we've got some holsters. Yeah, so you can wrap them around. They plug in back there. Same here. Okay, so cool. We've got two additional heads. So this one is, I guess, like just a regular soldier head. It kind of reminds me of Hydra Bob. Oh, that one's stuck in there pretty good. Well, that head's gone, so no more head there. Sorry. Um, Give me a second. Chut. Okay. Gotta use my toes to get that one. All right. Sorry for the camera shake. Sorry for the movement. Um, there we go. Okay, so we've got a head here. The head, all right. It just looks fine. Whatever. Uh, I like the beekeeper look for our aim guys. Slim, slim and thin. Slim, thin, slender. All right, ab articulation, all that stuff. But I like this beekeeper style helmet, which is probably what I'll put on the second one as well. Of course, this pops off pretty easily. Didn't take much force at all. You can pop on one of the secondary heads here too. Like I said, I have another pack of these guys, so I'll be able to army build a little bit. We've got the jetpack goes on back here. So jetpack goes on. Let's put the head back on. Keeper. Hold two trigger finger hands. No fists in this, which is kind of surprising. You always want fists, but whatever. There's so many guns in this. I guess what they're meant to do is hold guns, not really punch. And let's see if we can get one of these trigger fingers on a trigger. 1 second. Getting there. Getting there. They got pointy Japanese elf boots. Um, which hey, you know, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Of course, we got the second head, another beekeeper head here, right? And let's get our second guy out. Okay, so we've got our second guy out here. Move him back. Um, I guess it's more like a trooper guy. I think the jetpack is supposed to go more with him, but you know, you can put other stuff on here. We've got, for example, saw before, we have the arms up and then oof, there we go. We've got this, and of course, there's a second one that can go on. He holds the guns just as well, I'm sure. The little fake guns. Different kind of toes here. We don't have the Japanese fairy feet. Uh, no, still the same. This is kind of weird. Is it? Still pretty okay. It's a little gummy. See that arm? It's kind of gummed up, but guess that's from being in the box a little bit. It's still fine. Let's go ahead and put one in his hands and see if it works fine. Go with the shotgun this time. This sci-fi pistol baloney. Not a big fan of the sci-fi guns. Not like they just look, you know, a little too cartoony for me, but whatever. To each his own. Don't know what body this is. Guessing pretty common one. But it's pretty alright with the articulation. You get you've got a dumbbell at the head so you can get down and up and whatnot. Pretty good. And we've got the regular. Not bad. Yeah, those aren't too bad. Like I said, I got those on sale. I've got, I think an additional pack of them. They're on Amazon, so it's not a bad deal, not a bad pickup there. All right. Okay, so we've got a couple of other ones. Let's do another double pack here. Um, I have a double pack here. I'm not sure I want to open it. I don't have. I'd have to start making my Spider-Man shelf, which I just haven't, and made the slightest room in. But we do have a bigger box. Sorry, this came in this week. Actually, it's not brand new, but this is just when they sent it. And you know, there are a lot of QC issues with some people, so it'll be fun to see what we've got here. Let's put this guy back in. Get him back there too. Okay, move there. Baloney. All right, so we've got the Lightning Collection, Power Ranger in Space Silver. I'm not the biggest in space fan. I thought the helmets were kind of dull. Like the only difference in them is like the little visor shape or whatever, which is, to me, is kind of whatever. But I think some of the stuff they do in the show look cool and whatever. So I have a few in space Rangers. Not all of them. Don't want them all. But I did think this one would be cool. So of course we've got our uh you know windowless packaging. Super exciting looking. Let's go ahead and take out first in Space Ranger. Then we'll take a look at the vehicle afterwards. And I haven't been showing up a lot, but hopefully Tuesdays we're gonna be opening stuff. Thursdays we'll be opening stuff. Of course, Wednesday is the podcast. So tune in Wednesday to listen to that. But let's start with the Ranger. So in space silver. Oh, I thought this was unpainted at first. So we've got the character head and a little paint mark side there. That's fine. We've got the actual in space Ranger, funky feet and all. So people are a bit upset about the wobbly legs on some of these guys. They've got drop down legs. And the way Hasbro has been doing it, those don't even drop down that much. Yeah, this is probably not the best implementation of the leg drop down. You can see it's pretty wobbly. And when you move one, it moves the other, which is not really what you want, which is probably why it says wobbly as it is. And also, when you move them down, the whole point is to get more range, right? That's not really more range. If I move it up and put it, it's okay. And then move it down and put it, it's a bit more. It's noticeable, sure. But is it worth a wobbly figure? I don't know. Don't know. The Street Fighter figures I reviewed on the channel previously were a little better than this. They're not as wobbly. It's not like it can't stand, but this just isn't what you want to see. I will say, yeah, and I'm trying to get a split here, but I feel like it doesn't actually want to drop down like it should. Turn in. What I'll do is go in with some what's it called? Floor polish. Kind of tighten it up a bit. Yeah. See if we can get it a little tighter. Yeah, and also the legs should come out that this one here isn't cooperating as much. Of course, you don't want to break it, so I'll probably heat it up and see if I can move it around a bit. I'll try to tighten that drop down with some floor polish and see if it'll work better. As it is, it'll still do whatever you want, you know, Ranger to do. It's fine. It works. But it is kind of annoying that it is kind of a premium figure, right? You pay a little more for these. Anyway, so on this one, uh, kind of compared to the older ones, you have bigger squares here, which is more accurate to the show. The helmet looks Really nice, actually. And of course, we've got the civilian head here. Let's pop this helmet off. Oh, also, we've got, I don't know if you can tell, take a look here. The neck is a separate piece, so it moves as well. I feel like there might need to be some dribbling or something in there to get better neck range. Let's see if I can pop this off. Yeah, so you can see here, we've got that ball peg, which is fine, but it doesn't really move a lot on its own, and you'd want it to. I don't know why they made it so tight, but I think you'd be good to Dremel a little bit down in there, and you'll get a little room on the actual ball, which will make moving the figure's head around a lot better. We'll probably do that on like a customization stream or something. This head is a little tight, not popping on the way I'd like. Yeah, I probably have to heat that up a bit. Looks a little bit like a serial killer. That's fine. That that's okay. Let's lift this up a bit. I feel like we're getting a little too much for. There we go. Yeah, I prefer. I don't really like the civilian heads bunch. Prefer the range. So we got a lot of accessories. Yeah, whatever the hell this thing is. Like I said, I like Ranger stuff. I stopped watching it a long time ago because you know I'm not gonna try to get that on. But you got this thing pops on there. Looks like a gun type of thing to use. We've got the same one with the saber. You've got the yes a gun version, the saber version. It's supposed to have flipped out. Added more there. Those are neat. This goes to the bike. So let's go ahead and look at, I guess, the main part. What makes this big one is the bike. Yeah, see those wobbly legs make it hard for you to get a balance on standing these guys. Thanks. You don't want them to always have wide legs because just because you can't get and stand well. Mostly a toe problem. Yeah, that is pretty annoying. Yeah, gonna have to do something about the wobbly legs. I like the idea of having drop down, right? That is, taking the toys forward a step. But if you're not going to have, if it's not gonna, if the fidelity of the toy is going to go down and it's gonna look like it's leaning to the left or right all the time because you can't get the legs to stay still, it's kind of not worth it. And I don't know why the quality of it has gone down so much. Like I said, the Street Fighter figures weren't this bad. Street Fighter figures were actually you could live with the wobbliness you got there, but this is a little much. And of course, we've got his hands. Um, let's take a look at the bike. Bike, bike, bike. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look. I'm trying to get it out here. Oh, hi. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I've got my my blade. Okay, so here we go. We've got the bike here, and we've got to assemble it. It's good and hefty, you know. But here we go. So I'm guessing first we'll put this on. Go here. There's a hole here, so I'm guessing goes here. It doesn't seem like it fits there. What does it look like on the box? Can't really tell, actually. Hmm. Gonna have to wing it. So we have this has got to go up here somewhere. This is where the wheels turn, and this is our steering column here. The one goes to the two, and of course this goes on top of that. Guessing it faces this way, right? So he can hold the handles. The handles wouldn't be outward, but it doesn't really fit on here unless you kind of force it. So let's do a little forcing. We're gonna put the butt down first, and then push. No, not working. It's just kind of not going in there at all. Okay, try this way. Put the head down first. Get a little separation. Let me get out of the camera. Nope. Am I an idiot? Do I not know how to put a toy together? And also, you can kind of see here, this is a circle. This is a round, regular hole. This is not just round. It's kind of got a flat end, a round end, which makes me think I'm doing something wrong. I can tell that this locks into here like this, and you're good to go there. Huh. Let's try one more time. Gonna use a little elbow grease. Try to lock this down on here. I might pull out the dryer, the heater. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't fit, but I think the reason is to keep it tight. It does fit, right? But so this has the handlebars have a round hole. The actual bike has kind of a round and square. So you push it on, it gets it snug, and then we can put our nose on here. The nose just pops right in, super smooth. Do we have a kickstand? I guess just leaning it over to the side is a kickstand enough. I don't see a peg hole for one. I don't see anything in the. Oh, there we go. At the bottom there. We've got a kickstand. Boom. And this guy, of course, get his get him bent a little bit. Oof, that's a rough knee. About this one. Oof, that one too. I tend to heat up my figures before I start posing them for pictures and stuff because there's no reason to break a thing when you just heat it up and it's done. You're good to go. Heat it up, put it on. But luckily, this moved without me heating it. Let's see if we can get them on here just really quickly. Go there. Pretty sure I can surmise how a bike is sat on, right? Hands on handlebars. There we go. It's coming along. Trust me. Happening behind the scenes, but they're popping on. hands behind handlebars. This guy's sitting down. Um, we're gonna kickstand him, so let's put his foot down. Head, and there you go. You've got the Ranger on a bike. And I guess we could bring him up a little bit so he can actually put his foot down. But yeah, there you go. Ranger on a bike. He looks good. The reason I think the bike is worth a purchase, at least if you like doing get our camera to focus. There you go. At least if you like doing photos and stuff. They're probably not gonna release a bike for everyone, right? I don't even know if every ranger has a bike. But whether they do or don't, you can just Photoshop the color, or if you're really obsessed about it, buy them and paint them. But you can just Photoshop the colors, have it look the way you want. You'd have to change the symbol, of course. I think the Silver Ranger is the equivalent of a Fifth Ranger in the in space universe. So there we go. We have an in space Ranger. Done. Let's put his accessories in front of him so I don't lose him. What I tend to do. So if you saw my last photo with, well, maybe it was my last one. I won't break the toy. I'm sorry. Uh, if you saw my last one of my last photos, all right, I did a picture of Avalanche from X-Men, and so what I do, he has extra hands like this. I have baggies. I mark them, so Marvel Legends, ML, Avalanche. I put the extra accessories in it, and put them away. And as long as the accessories fit with the same toy, so if you get like all the Rangers' hands, at least like all the in space Rangers or other Rangers that have similar, glove patterns and types, right? You can just put them in the same bag. You have all the hands you need for that, right? So yeah, I just bag them up. I'll do the same with these two groups here, so that you don't lose them. You can find them super easily. Do whatever poses or whatever you want to with it. All right, and then we have. Well, that's not a double guy. That's a deluxe one, but it's not a double guy. I had another double set. Give me 1 second. Okay, okay. You're back. Um, so we're about big boys, big toys, and double packs. So uh, this one isn't a big one, but I'm excited for it. We have Moon Knight from the Moon Knight TV show. Yep, that's it. I think it looks cool. I think they did a good job with this one. What I want to do is customize it a little bit. Give it a wash. One second. Yeah, I need to. I think I want to give it a wash and kind of brighten it up a little bit. Where do we get enough light there? There we go. Okay, so yeah, here's the Moon Knight. We've got his two moon blades. I don't know what you'd call these. They're hard, and something really cool about them. Of course, you can hold them in each hand as boomerangs or something, but they also connect, so you can have one big moon thing to have, as Moon Knight does, right? Um, then he's got two fists in there, of course. But let's go ahead and pop Moon Man out. Okay, that took a bit. But yeah, so this one's based on the Disney Plus TV show. Let's bring the camera down a wee bit. All right, so this one's based on Disney Plus TV show. Um, Articulation's just pretty okay. It's a much we get over and looks up. I think the only thing wrong with this figure, if there's anything wrong with it, I think it's fine. You know, it can do with a wash. His his bandages and whatnot should be a little darker, a little dirtier. He's also missing on the face. We can see the face. Yeah. He's also missing one more bandage going from his left cheek over his nose, right? This is probably made before the show came out with concept art or something, and he should have one more bandage going over and across. He doesn't. That's fine. But what I'll do is take like a gray paint, a darker gray paint, water it down, and then go through all of these parts that are just pure white. That'll bring more shading to the toy, and it'll make it look not just more accurate to the show, it'll bring more depth to what's actually there. I'll probably go into these like hieroglyphs and things, and I think they're supposed to be, they look silver here. I don't know if they're supposed to be silver or gold. I'll look that up. If they're supposed to be gold, I'll make them gold. And yeah, and then probably do a little dry brushing with some white on top. I like the cape. I like that they made the cape more dynamic. So even if you pose them, it looks like it could still work instead of just being a cape that's in the way and not great. And also you can take it off. Cape does come off. It's just pegged in. So yeah, I think I got this one because I thought it looked cool. I like the show up to a certain point. It's not a bad show. It just kind of I think gets a little lost a little bit halfway through, maybe. But yeah, I think this guy looks good. He's not a big one. We'll get to a big one next. But he's a cool one. Let's focus. Thank you. Jeez. So we're focused here. Yeah, I think he's a cool one. See, does our light look better at up or? Okay. Yeah, I think he looks nice. So we've got a Moon Knight. Like I said, not that many accessories, just his moons and his kung fu hands here. Oh, she's not. Well, we got one hand. Another one is lost to the carpet at the moment. Ah, boy. Oh, boy. It's a white hand lost in some gray carpet. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Boy. Okay, so anyway, they're kind of knocking everyone over here. There's Moon Knight. Maybe we can get him to stand like a regular person. I feel like my desk isn't even, but it is. It's just boys aren't people, so the balancing is like the worst thing ever. But there we go. I think he'll sit. So anyway, back to big stuff. The biggest thing I've got so far is Apocalypse. So, and show you a little bit here. We've got Apocalypse from the X Men. This is a retro card. He was I got this guy on sale too. I think a lot of people, when this guy got announced, not too much later, the Marvel Select version was announced, and people get on their anti Marvel Legend thing pretty easily. So once the once the Diamond Select one was announced, a lot of people said that's the one I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the Diamond Select one. So this one I found on sale, 30% off, which is a good deal. And the retro cards I'm kind of uh iffy about because they're really nice. I mean, it's hard to see because it's so big. I can try to move it back a little bit, but they look so nice in their retro old school type of card things, and they look cool. You want to hang them on the wall and keep them there, but also you want to use your thing. So it kind of sucks opening them a little bit. They're probably not going to be worth much of anything. Just how it's just the way it is. But at the same time, you do appreciate the art and the work. Okay, I just got done with the uneven lighting. All right, so we're a little more even here with the lighting. But yeah, this is Apocalypse. So there's a way to cut these open and preserve the box so you can keep them and hang them up with the artwork or whatever. What I tend to do, I go on the bottom and cut along the bottom here. Just cut along the top, the sides here, and you slide out the tray. Because within this plastic, there's another tray which everything is sitting in. And that way, if you ever do want to put it back, it's super simple and easy. You can put it back, slip it in. If you want to maintain the toy that way, you can. So I'm using a box cutter. What I'll do, I'll just go along the bottom and then up the sides. I should be able to slip it out super easily. Getting there. 1 second, almost there. Halfway through. All right, so our bottom is cut. Now we're just cutting up the sides. Which, if you're still one of those people who likes, recently, Hasbro has been doing the plastic, save the world, get rid of the plastic thing, which is great, right? I mean, we got to do something. Unfortunately, the QC is not as reliable as we'd like. So, likely you can get a toy these days that's just busted up and you just won't know till you get home with it because you can't see anymore, which is a shame. But even though everyone complains about it, if it helps, it helps. I can't complain too much. Just take it back. It's a small nuisance. And also, if you think they're not trying to do better, you don't really understand. So we've got the toy out. He's very heavy, by the way, and we've got the box in great condition, not scratched or damaged or anything. So you can hang that up and keep it up if you want to. All right, so here we have Apocalypse. Let's go ahead and just get him out. Anyway, so with as I said before, there's a Diamond Select version that's out. I think it's the worst figure of the two. This one's based more on the animated series. So if you watched the X-Men animated series in the 90s, like most people my age did, this is going to be really, hit the nail on the head for the. There you go. It's going to hit the nail on the head for the character likeness. Because it's based on the series. It doesn't have the cell shading like the other series based toys do. But it still has the color, so that kind of toony purple and I don't know, is that two different purples and blue or whatever it may be? It's got those colors. He's got single jointed elbows. He bends back yay far and forward pretty well, actually. Pretty nice. Legs double jointed, just like you'd want, and he looks great. I mean, if you want an Apocalypse, and of course it's more comic accurate stuff, but I like this simple, just villainesque style that this one has. It's pretty cool to me, and he's big. If we go and stand him kind of awkwardly next to everyone else, he towers above, which is great. The difference between this one and the Diamond Select one, if you know Apocalypse is always pictured with his tentacles. He's got two of these, two tentacles. Looks like a pipe right now, but trust me, the tentacles. And these tentacles connect to his arm and back to his belt, his back. So with Hasbro, we've gotten these bendy ones. They're not like super duper posable, but essentially you connect them to the back, connect them to the arm. There we go. And you can do your Apocalypse poses and whatever you want to do. And they're long and bendy enough where you can do what you want. The Diamond Select ones, they have an issue where they're not very posable. So if you move his arms up or down, it's just gonna pop out, and you're not gonna have what you were looking for with the character. So as you can see here, we've got all the range you want with Apocalypse. I can take his arm all the way up. We're still connected. We're still in there. No problem. So I think if you were looking for one, an Apocalypse to buy, and you were torn between this Apocalypse at Marvel Legends and the um, Diamond Select version, I would say don't go with the hype. This is the one you should get. The other one, while it's fine, it does have that limitation of you will not. Oh boy, I think I lost. No, I got it. I got it. Whew, I thought I lost a head for a second. You will not be able to articulate it or move it in the way you think you should be able to. I Marvel Legends aren't the best. They do make a lot of mistakes and weird decisions, but even when we are criticizing them for it, I think we need to still be honest here. This is the better toy as far as the two are concerned. This one's a little more expensive, sure, but it's the better toy. So taking off his hand, and he's got a full detailed hand. I think I might paint these a little bit. We can put on this one. Gives us a blaster. I think I'm putting that on right. Let's see. There's the thing. Might go on the other. But either way, we've got a blaster that can go on here, and of course, one of these into the hole, and he's got a little arm cannon. I want to pop this on. I just don't feel like actually popping it. Got an arm cannon, goes there. You can shoot, pew pew, bang bang stuff. We've got two fists. One for each hand, of course. It looks like these gauntlets are removable as well. Two fists for each hand and an extra head. Back to Diamond Select. I think Diamond Select makes good Marvel toys. It's kind of a bummer because they're a little too big if you want like a regular one. For example, I have a Psylocke, which looks great. It just doesn't fit with the rest of the group. Let's take a look at his head. He's up here. All right. Take a look at his head. This first head, the grimacing, Apocalypse face that we all know and love if you know and love it. And of course, we've got a normal head. He actually, it's hard to move him back and forth with the chin, but you can get it up and around. Looks fine. I mean, he looks like Apocalypse, which is great. Good Marvel versus Capcom stuff if you want to go that route. And of course, you can get his chin deep in there and make him look even more menacing and evil and all that junk. But I was really excited about this one. I don't have an Apocalypse. I love X-Men. This is an X-Men villain, if you don't know. Let's back. Yeah, so I'm happy to have him. He's also got two more little pew pews that go in his gun if you want to use those. Here's his other fist. Here, and I'll go ahead and stick the pew pews. But if you do get Diamond Select and you do usually collect, 112 or 6-inch toys, I would say Diamond Select is really good for the really big characters or characters that can be bigger. Like the Titanium Man is great. Hulk's great. These bigger characters, I think you're gonna have a great time. Well, maybe actually, you're gonna have a great time with Diamond Select if you're going that route of the bigger guys. Unless you only collect Diamond Select, which then you don't have to worry too much about your how it looks in your collection or whatever, because that's what your collection is, Diamond Select. But yeah, I think these are great. I think what you're supposed to do with this arm, I'm gonna try it here. I think you remove this, remove the hand, you remove the. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm right. You remove the gauntlet, so the gauntlet comes off. The hand is free. Then you can pop this in and on, little peg in there, and then you can reconnect your tubing to here. And there you go. You've got your Gunpocalypse, right? Um, and this here, it's not bendy. You don't have control over putting 3 or 4 kinks in it, but it's flexy. It's flexible. It's gonna flex when you want it, but it's not gonna bend how you want it. If that makes. But yeah, I'm happy to add him to my X-Men uh shelf. That's what I'm trying to build now, an X-Men shelf and well, I'm trying to build an X-Men shelf. I'm trying to build a Sentai, Kamen Rider type of shelf. I'm trying to build a Spider-Man shelf. And I have an Avengers shelf. It's going okay so far. I have a DC shelf, but I should split that into like Justice League and Batman, or that's mostly what it is. Is Batman. Um, yeah. So we got quite a few out today. I would open more, but we don't we don't seem to have that much attention on us tonight. Um, yeah, it doesn't seem to be like super duper busy. But I kind of do want to open one more just so I can hear more boxes from my spot. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's just open one more. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna mess with this one more. I'll have a review for this one. I'm gonna mess with this one more. I'll have a review for this one. I'm gonna have a review for this one. These two, maybe I might do a review because it's still available on Amazon. As far as when I last checked, they were still there. Um, I know I don't do reviews as often as I should. Working on some stuff, so I haven't been able to. But yeah, let's open one more guy. Let's get this out the way. Let's put Apocalypse in his place back there with his junk. Please don't fall. The worst thing about toys, when one falls, they all fall. All right, so we've got our In Space Silver, Apocalypse, Moon Knight, 2 AIM soldiers. Um, we got a lot of bad guy, 2 bad guys back there, vigilante, alien, whatever. Uh, let's go with some more authoritarian style. I've been really excited for this one. When I like Power Ranger stuff, I like the weird stuff. I like the monsters. I like the stupid outfits and the dragon shields. The I like stuff like this. So here we go. We have Turbo. I don't know what's Turbo. Whatever. Blue Centurion. Let's pop them open. Oh, sorry, I missed a couple of comments here. Reader, moderator, right, close. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, let's open one of these bad boys. Um, well, not one of these, just one. I only have one. I didn't get two. So we have the blue Centurion. Of course, again, we have the windowless packaging, but it's also plastic free, right? And like I said, I'm all for it. You know, it sucks. You might get toys that are scuffed or broken or whatever. QC is bad, but we need to press them on the QC and not so much on the packaging, right? I mean, ideally they build the figures here in country, and then you could take care of the QC a little better. But whatever. So we've got this small packaging bag. Let's see what's in it. I'm guessing this is accessories. It's a pretty big wax bag for what I'm thinking is really not very much. Actually, it's more than I thought. Okay. Yeah, so we have all the accessories, including the small ones. Now, I heard with this one, there's a lot of stuff you can lose. So, first we have our saber, a little warped. We have our saber in the form of a gun. We have the gun and saber in the form of the morpher. We have a blast effect, which is cool. I don't know if this one separates. No, it doesn't. Sometimes they separate. Like this one is two pieces. There's this muzzle flash type of piece, and then an actual fire. We've got two guns, or two gun holding hands, trigger hands, because he is a cop, and I will be giving him like regular guns. And we got these two pieces. I don't know where they go right now. And then we've got this really tiny piece. I think this is his whistle, which is, oh man, I'm gonna lose all this stuff like tonight. Okay. So let's open him up. I hope he's all nice and set. If not, I'll have to send them back. Okay, I think we've got everything out of there. I really want to know what these two gray pieces are. Oh, they're to holster the guns. These come out? Yeah. Okay, so these come out so that you can then pop these on. I think they're keyed as well. Oh yeah, they are keyed. So you put the right one in the right spot. Okay, cool. But here we go. We have our blue Centurion. I like the cop look. I like the RoboCop thing. It's my thing. I'm not like super police guy, but super robot police anytime, every time. He has the drop down legs, but look, he's not wobbly. That's how they should be. And I don't know. Hopefully, going forward, this is what we'll get. He needs to be heated up a little bit. It's kind of tough to get this bend in the elbow here. Same here. But yeah, I liked it. Oh, this guy is great. Who doesn't like robot cops, man? It just makes sense. His ankle's a little looser than I thought. You don't usually get loose versions of these toys, but man, look at this guy. Yeah, his left ankle. Like, look at this. Super. This one's fine. Doesn't move as much, but oh yeah, he's real stiff. I'm gonna have to heat him up. I don't want to break him. He's got a little scuff. Got a little scuff here. I can't tell if it's glue or like someone jizzed on him or something. Yeah, it looks like a scuff, not really paint or anything. Um, his torso, he gets bent back, he gets bent forward. And the forward bend is pretty decent. And that's really what you want with a Power Ranger, right? Decent bends. Leg way out, super nice. If we drop this down, it gets more. So he needs a drop down, right? If you don't have a drop down, you're gonna get a turn like that. About it. You get the drop down, get more. Right? He doesn't have a thigh swivel, which I guess is because he has the holsters there. They didn't want to work too hard here. His shoulders go all the way around, just nice. These work fine. He would have some some butterflies, but the chest is, man. Look at those RoboCops. Yeah, he looks great. I wish he had more expressive hands, but that's okay. This ankle is going to kind of upset me though. I'm gonna have to hit it with some floor polish or something. It's pretty loose. He's a heavier toy because of all the armor, and you really want the this leg to be a little tighter than this. Pretty freaking loose. Actually, maybe why. Yeah, see, look at that. It bends that way. But look, this one. All right, that seems a little better. My ankle was out of style there. But yeah, oh man, how do you not like a robot cop like that? He looks pretty rad. All right. So yeah, there we go. That's one, two, three, four, five boxes with four big boys, four deluxe toys here. Yeah, we got four deluxe toys. I want to get the best lighting here. There we go. Okay. Four deluxe toys, one, movie figure. But man, I think they all look great. When I buy stuff, I usually wait till I get reviews or see a lot of input or whatever it may be. I don't like to just buy bad stuff. But sometimes you get things that you just get them because you want them, and what's wrong with them isn't a problem for you. I like photography, so it's more of an aesthetic thing and articulation. We look at the Silver Ranger, the wobbly legs. It's gonna suck standing him on the shelf, but I'm gonna get the poses I want from him. We look at the uh, Centurion. He doesn't have thigh swivel, but you know what? Like I said, I'm getting photos of him. I can make it work. I can finagle it. Apocalypse. No, he's not as big as the Diamond Select Apocalypse. No, it's not the same version. It's probably more comic book accurate than this one. This is based on the cartoon, but I get the articulation I want. I can it's just the better figure of the two. AIM soldiers, they're nothing special, but if you took a guy like this and you buy one of these for cheap and you're like, it's kind of, so yeah, it is, right? But there's so much you can do. Panel lining, guys. get a Gundam marker, go through all the panels, put more definition in here. Same here. You can Gundam markers, um, a wash would be cool too. There's so much you can do with your toys. So hopefully, I want next week. I'm gonna set up like 3 or 4 different customizable things, and that's what we'll do. We'll customize some toys, put some panel awning on a guy like this, or maybe even Apocalypse. Like some of this stuff down here, your toys will look so much better if you just add a little more detail to them. The way things are working now, labor costs are going up even in the countries where these things get made, right? Deco, which is like paint, costs a lot more than we think it does if you just, you know, putting it out there. But just if you take a pen, get a Gundam pen, get some shoe polish and water or a little paint and water, do some washes, a little dry brushing, which we'll go over, and do if you're interested in knowing how to do that. Man, it does a bunch to make your figure better, look more realistic, better for photos. There's not much I have to do to the Ranger, right? But it'd be cool if you took these bike parts and you paint them in or give them some kind of silver wash or something just to bring them out. There's a lot you can do with like no more than some water, paint, or spend $10 on Amazon, get a few pens, and color them in. So I think that's what we'll do next time. Customize a few of these guys. Um, Open a few more. Of course, I got tons of stuff to open. I'm gonna try to have a review done on Thursday for I think I'm gonna have try to have a review done Thursday for the Apocalypse. At least I'm gonna shoot it on Thursday and try to have it done by the end of the week, and then hopefully this one next and this one next. What hurts me the most with making the videos is editing them. I'm not the best editor. As far as video is concerned, editing is still new to me. So I can get the footage for the most part. I can direct it and all that stuff, but putting it together takes a little bit of time from me, especially because every video I do, I try to like make it better than the last in some way, and so it takes a little while. Hopefully, I can get in the next 2 weeks. We'll have at least 2 more reviews out. I'm also working on a photo with this guy, so hopefully we'll have another photo out. Podcast is tomorrow, so tune in, listen. We'll be live with the podcast, um, some way, shape, or form. I hope so. It might not be live, but it will be out tomorrow. And what else is going on? Thursday, I'll be back with more, opening a few more things, trying to fill out my shelf. I'm going to try to stream on Friday. Maybe some. Let's see. I think we have some. Make sure. Yeah. So by Friday, we will have. Today's 21, 22. Yeah, by Friday we'll have Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm gonna play that. Yeah, podcast baby. So Resident Evil 4 remake, we'll be playing that on stream, 100%. Not gonna skip out on that, and we're gonna try to do more stuff. I've been I've been doing lots of studying and stuff, and all these Excel spreadsheets and SQL and all these things. And I think I'll be able to finish that soon, so we'll be able to get to streaming and doing things more often and more frequently. Tune in to Super Chevy Brothers. We're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Super Chevy Bros. You can find us everywhere. We'll be streaming more. We're gonna do some. I'm gonna get us set up on Kick as well. And it's, toys are my thing. I'm sure at some point my co-host will have something she'll want to stream and do. But we're a video game podcast, so if you're into video games, you'll be into us. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna sign off here, put these toys away, bag them up, and go say, you know, good night to the wives. I'll see you next time. Thanks for sticking around, guys.